Hi and welcome. In today's video, I am sharing with you something that excites me and scares me a lot, and that is that my Patreon is open. And on this video, I want to share with you why am I opening a Patreon, the idea behind each of the tiers, the difference in between each of them. I'll also be showing you some of my first physical rewards for the physical rewards tiers. So if you're interested in all things Patreon, stay along, come watch the video. Let's start off with what is Patreon. Patreon is pretty much a membership service that gives us content creators the ability to give exclusive content in different tiers for the people that want to subscribe to our creations in a monthly basis subscription. So if you can think of Netflix or Spotify, it's pretty much the same, but instead of seeing movies or hearing music, you are seeing your favorite creators' exclusive content through patreon.com and through this platform. And each creator decides what they want to give as rewards for each of their tiers. A lot of folks do only digital content, others do physical rewards, others do a mix and mash in between, others do live calls and all the things in between. And I've wanted to open a Patreon because I really want to share more with all of you. I want to share more exclusive content. I want to be able to just really open up more of what I do, who I am, and share more of the behind the scenes, the process that everything takes. And I'm finally doing it. And I also want to explain to you the different tiers that I will be offering on my Patreon. But before that, I also want to say that this video is by no means me trying to say that you should subscribe to my Patreon and you should support me, especially if you find yourself in a position where money is tight. I've been there for a very long time, and even though I really wanted to support my favorite creators, but by subscribing to their exclusive content, I was not financially able to do so. And that is totally okay. So please, if you are not able to support me or you prefer not to support me on Patreon, that is totally fine. And I am just super grateful to have you here on this channel and share this space with you as well. Patreon is just a platform for folks that want to get even more content, more of what you already like to see from me digitally, and for folks who want to get those digital perks and at the same time get physical items from my artwork. So that being said, I would never want to give anyone a sense of FOMO, like fear of missing out or anything. I don't want you to feel bad being like, oh, I cannot support Gato. I am not in the financial situation to do so. That's totally fine. Being here is totally enough. And that being said, let me share with you a little bit about this Patreon and the rewards and the tiers as they are right now. They might fluctuate and change within a few months or so, who knows. So before actually opening the Patreon, I've been doing a lot of different questions and Instagram Q&As and polls and things to really understand what is it that you would benefit the most from, what type of content and what type of art rewards are the ones that will inspire you and benefit you the most. So this is what I came up with from all your feedback. And of course, I want this to be ever changing and ever growing, so these might change at some point. But today, April 23rd, 2021, these are my current tiers. And I want to share with you a little bit about what each of them is about, so you get a broader idea. All of this is also explained on my Patreon page, so you can go ahead, go there and read about it and learn more about it. So let's start with the Rainbow Roots tier, and this tier is completely digital. On this tier, what you will be getting is exclusive updates that will come in the form of pictures and just me sharing more of the current projects that I'm working with behind the scenes. Also Patreons on this tier, and all the other rest of the tiers will be the first to know when I'm releasing new artwork, new prints. I'll also ask for your feedback on whether you'd prefer a certain size of print or another size, or sometimes even like, let's say, what gifts should I do next, what merch should I release next, and all these things. So this is me sharing what I'm currently working on / asking for your input on what is it that you would like to see next from my art. And on the Rainbow Roots tier, we will also have a monthly exclusive video for Patreons, and this will fluctuate every month. So some months I'll be doing videos like in-depth behind the scenes of running my very, very, very small art business, behind the scenes of making a new painting or new drawing from blank paper to finish, or even from blank paper to painting to editing and releasing prints, even the photo shoots of how I photo shoot my stuff, how I market my artwork, all that stuff. It's also going to be sometimes Q&A, sometimes longer vlogs. We will definitely have a bunch of draw and paint with me. Our first video for this month will be a draw with me. And yeah, everything related to pretty much what you see on this channel, but an exclusive video that I will only be sharing on Patreon, and Patreons will also get early access to all my YouTube videos. So that's pretty much the Rainbow Roots tier. Every tier will have access to Lens. Lens is pretty much Patreon's way of doing what Instagram stories are. So here I will be sharing content that I'm not sharing in any other platform, and you'll be seeing it first on Patreon. And we also have a Discord community. Discord is pretty much like a Facebook group, but I know a lot of folks don't use Facebook, so Discord is its own messaging platform, and in this way, the community that we start building is not a one-way community, so it's not just me putting things out there, but it's more of everyone talking to each other, because I think it's wonderful not only for me to get to share with you what I'm currently doing, but for all of us to be sharing what we're currently doing and anything that you feel appropriate to share with this community. Then our second tier, also fully digital, is Dancing Flowers. So Dancing Flowers will be a mix in between art, personal life, growth, life experiences, spirituality, all the good stuff. And for this tier, the way that I give out the content will vary each month. Some months I'll be making a exclusive video for this tier. Some other months it will be in the form of a podcast. Some other months I will be doing a blog that only Dancing Flower community members can read. So every month it will be different, and I want to keep it this way because I feel this tier is more of a personal experience, and I want to keep it ever growing, ever changing. And every month we will be touching base on a different topic, and I feel that some topics are calling more for visuals and some others are only calling for audio. And this will be a little similar to the chit chat videos that I've been doing here, as well as access to the Discord, to Lens, and to an exclusive discount for my art prints, even for the limited edition prints. And these discount can be used as many times as you wish for all my prints in my art shop, including limited edition ones. And of course, on Dancing Flowers, some months we will also be doing live meetups, so maybe like a Zoom hangout, or just, to get to know each other more. And I feel there's just something beautifully magical when we can see each other and talk to each other in real time. And the next tier, which is Magic Mushrooms, is all the previous rewards. So you get everything from the Rainbow Roots and the Dancing Flower tiers. And on Magic Mushrooms, this will also be physical rewards tier, and for this tier you will get a monthly vinyl sticker sized around 4 inches, 4 by 4 inches, as well as a postcard. This will be a 4 by 6 inch postcard, and the postcards are made on 100% recycled paper, and both of them will be shipped on a 100% recycled paper envelope to you. And I have with me the rewards for this first month on Patreon. Our first vinyl sticker is this beautiful hibiscus flower that I worked on, and you will be getting these with a postcard made with one of my latest artworks. So both of these friends will be shipped to you in these 100% recycled envelope. So on Magic Mushrooms, you're getting all the previous rewards plus the postcard and the vinyl sticker. And on my next tier, which is Friendly Fruits, we will be having all the previous rewards, which are the exclusive updates, the exclusive video, the Dancing Flowers community content that will fluctuate from video to podcast every month. And you will also be getting the vinyl sticker, the 100% recycled postcard with my artwork, as well as a 8 by 8 inch print also made from my artwork. And for this month, this print is in black and white. It's one of my favorite latest drawings, and after this first month, all the prints will be made in 100% recycled paper, and all of these goodies will be shipped to you in a 100% recycled and recyclable rigid mailer. So this is Friendly Fruits, the 3 art goodies plus all the previous rewards. And for the physical rewards, I wanted to mention that I will be doing worldwide shipping, so international Patreons are welcome, which is amazing. And my last tier is the Beehive, and the Beehive includes all the previous tiers content, all the digital content, as well as the physical goodies. And the Beehive is a tier where I will be offering a monthly 1-hour call with me, and on this call, this can definitely fluctuate every month, but the idea is for us to touch base on the topic that you're currently exploring or that you would like to explore with me. And it can be anything from life as a full-time artist, empowerment, finding your own voice as an artist, spirituality, entrepreneurship, sustainability, or a connection to Mama Earth, or pretty much anything in between those topics. And I want this to make a space where we can both explore this topic, get to know you on a deeper level, and be able to have more of a heart-to-heart conversation in private, where I can support you in the way that you see best fit for wherever you are right now. And the topic of our meetup can definitely switch every month. This will be a video call, probably a Zoom call, and the timing is just we can decide what time and day fits better for both of us for this tier. And this brings me to the fact that all of my physical tiers, including the Beehive, which is this one-to-one call, all of these physical tiers and the Beehive will have a limited amount of people that I can have on these tiers. Then the both digital tiers, which are Rainbow Roots and Dancing Flowers, are for a limited amount of Patreons. So that's pretty much everything for Patreon. I decided to do this Patreon because not only I feel called and I feel very excited and passionate to share more with you about my art and my process and my humanness in a deeper level than I can do here on YouTube, and because of course it's also a beautiful way to, as a full-time artist, have a more sustainable monthly income. And I wanted to touch base on that because I would love to share a little bit about my dreams as an artist what I want to do in the long run is not only make my paintings and sell prints and, just create artwork, but I am very passionate about bringing creativity back to as many people as I can. And if I can just inspire you a little bit to regain curiosity or reawaken your curiosity and your creativity, then I feel that my job is done. I am very passionate about being able to bring a little bit more awareness about how beautiful and magnificent the natural world is. And I've shared this before, but I cannot say it enough. I feel that the more that we fell in love with nature, the more that we will want to take care of it, and we'll want to live in unity with all its living beings. And that is one of the main reasons, and that's one of the main reasons why I paint the topics that I paint, and why I really committed my life to create art. And on the other hand, I've mentioned it before, I am currently starting and restarting my studies under the microscope, and the microscope is something that I in the future would love, and I really dream of bringing the microscope out of my studio, being able to take it around different communities around the world, being able to just do hikes with folks around the world, seeing the natural world, and then diving into painting sessions altogether. I feel that for me, that was one of the main ways that I started falling in love with nature, just going in hikes and seeing what Tarapoto, my dad's community and ecosystem, was like. And whenever my sister would invite me, she's the one that really awakened this spark and curiosity in both creativity and the natural worlds for me. Whenever we would go hiking through different places in Tarapoto, and then we would go back home to paint, I feel that's whenever I stopped focusing so much in what the world wanted from me and people's expectations and all these things, and I started really diving into the world is amazing and there's so much magic in it. And that's when, I don't know, a lot shifted in my life, and that's what I dream to be able to bring to others. So yeah, that's a little of what I want to share in here, and I also want to share a little bit behind my story and how I really believe that no matter how shy or how much we sometimes can feel unworthy or depressed, I feel we really have the capability of turning things around in our life and changing our story. I feel that I was very lucky to be able to shift the way that I felt about myself, especially as a teenager, and about the role that I had in this world. And I don't know, I feel this is something that we can all really start shifting if we want to. And that is, of course, a bigger topic, and this is something that I also want to start talking more about here on YouTube. But anyhow, I'm going to leave you. The Patreon launches today, April 23rd at 11 a.m. and logistic stuff. So Patreon charges everyone that pledges and decides to subscribe to my Patreon on the 1st of every month, and I will be shipping all the physical tiers by the end of the first week of each month, and I will be releasing all the digital content also on the first week of every month. And of course, the newsletter, Discord, and Lens is something that I will keep on posting often throughout the month. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Please, if this is something that you're interested on diving into, feel free to use the links on the video's description. There's where you can find my Patreon. It's patreon.com/CaroArevalo. And also, if you are subscribing to Patreon, let me know what type of content you would like to see there, because I want to make this a space that really benefits you, benefits me, makes us all feel inspired. So the more input that I have, the more then I can make the right content for you all. And if you are not subscribing to Patreon, thank you so much still for watching this video. And as well, if you are staying around this YouTube channel, please feel free to let me know what new topics or videos you would like to see here, because this YouTube will still be alive and I will still be posting here always, as long as I don't change my mind on that, which I feel very called to keep on creating for. So anyhow, if this is the first time you're on this channel, thank you for being here. You're welcome to stick around and subscribe to this channel. If you like what you see, I'm also on Instagram, on TikTok, on Minds, if you're interested in any of those platforms. And now on Patreon too. This is the first time that I get to say that. So that's everything for today. I will be checking Patreon for a little while today, and then I'm going to have an amazing nap because I need it. So I send you a lot of love. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye. My Patreon is open. Me da nervios.
Okay guys, so Caro is launching her Patreon, and Patreon is basically a subscription website that you can go in and pay a certain amount of money from $5 up, so you can have exclusive content that you cannot get anywhere else, and that way you can support her amazing artwork. Now Caro's gonna explain the rest of the video.